knowing what food to take and what food to avoid is essential in your breastfeeding journey. Are you a breastfeeding mom? Well, good job on making that decision. Are you wondering how the food that you take affect your baby? And what are the best foods to take? How much of it? How much fluids do you take? And what food should you avoid? And if you're wondering if your baby has any allergies, what should you avoid as well? Well, we will talk about these things in this video. Hey, I'm Dr. Kristine Alba Kiat. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and my mission is to help moms and dads deal with child health problems to raise happy and healthy kids. Foods for breastfeeding moms. Breastfeeding. Well, good job on making that decision, mom. Well, breastfeeding has a host of benefits for baby and for you, mom, as well. For your baby, it is the best source of nutrition, and it protects baby and you, mom, from certain illnesses. Now, what are the recommendations? The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months of age, and after that, to continue on breastfeeding with the introduction of complementary foods up to 1 year of age or longer. Now, the World Health Organization also recommends exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months of age, and to continue on with the introduction of solid foods up to 2 years or longer, depending on you, mom, or baby. Alright, breastfeeding moms, what should you eat? Include protein in your diet, about 2 servings per day, and this includes meat, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy, beans, and nuts. Also include 3 servings of vegetables per day. Those dark green and yellow vegetables are best. And also add 2 servings of fruits per day. Also include whole grains in your diet. This can be from whole grain breads, pasta, oatmeal, and cereal. Most moms who are breastfeeding feel thirsty often. If you do feel the thirst, well, drink plenty of water. Keep in mind though that drinking a lot of liquids does not necessarily increase your milk supply. Are you a vegetarian? Well, this is compatible with breastfeeding as well. Just make sure you eat a lot of food sources which are rich in iron and zinc, like from beans, nuts, and seeds. Are you vegan or you avoid all animal products entirely? Just make sure that you're taking a vitamin B12 supplements. This ensures that your baby does not develop vitamin B12 deficiency. Now, how much to eat when you're breastfeeding? Well, breastfeeding requires extra calories, and you might need an extra 400 calories per day to give you the energy and nutrition to produce milk. When you still have the baby weight from your pregnancy, don't worry, this will be used to produce milk. If you have lost the baby weight, then you might need an extra 400 to 500 calories per day. Now, when your baby starts to take solids at around 6 months of age, then your body would be producing less milk. And at this time, you can cut back on the calories. How much fluids to take? Well, a good tip would be to drink whenever you're thirsty and to drink whenever you notice that your urine has turned dark yellow. Also, you might need to drink a glass of water or another beverage each time you breastfeed. Just make sure that when you drink juices or sugary drinks, just be careful because this might contribute to weight gain. Now, what foods to avoid when you're breastfeeding? And are you worried your baby has allergies and how your diet affects your baby? But before we go to that, are you expecting a newborn? How much better life can be when things are under your control upon baby's arrival. It is not always the case though. You feel tired, you lack sleep, and you're not quite sure how to soothe a crying baby. Is baby colicky? What am I to do? How about breastfeeding? Am I doing the right thing? Well, I developed an online training course known as the 5 Newborn Care Strategies. Do check that out with the link provided in the description section. Now we go to the foods to avoid when breastfeeding. Number 1, avoid alcohol when you're breastfeeding. Avoiding alcohol during breastfeeding is the safest option for you, mom, and your baby. Research has shown that the amount of alcohol that goes to breast milk peaks at about 30 to 60 minutes after the last drink, and alcohol stays in your system for about 2 to 3 hours. So if you really can't avoid alcohol, the CDC or the Centers for Disease Control recommends to limit to 1 standard drink and to wait 2 hours from your last drink before you breastfeed. But then again, the safest option is to avoid alcohol during breastfeeding. Another food to avoid are fish which are high in mercury. Well, fish is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, and omega-3 fatty acids is important for your infant's brain development. However, there are fish or seafoods which are high in mercury, which can be toxic for your baby because it can lead to delays in fine motor development, delays in speech, and delays in language as well. So, fish which are high in mercury need to be avoided, and examples include big-eye tuna, king mackerel, marlin, shark, swordfish, and tilefish. Now, for your baby to get the omega-3 fatty acids that he or she needs, then you need to consume fish which are low in mercury and about 8 ounces of this per week. How about caffeine? Well, caffeine is passed on to breast milk, but some babies are not bothered by it. If you notice though that your baby is irritable or is not sleeping well, then it is time to consider that you might need to cut back on your caffeine. The CDC recommends not to exceed 2 or 3 cups of coffee per day. Then what about herbal supplements? Well, there are concerns about their safety of these herbal supplements and teas because there is not much research on women who are breastfeeding. And also, these supplements are not regulated by the FDA or the Food and Drug Administration, so you do need to be careful. Now, some women do take herbal supplements to increase their milk supply. Well, there is limited evidence on this. So, my tip for you is to ask your doctor before taking an herbal supplement. Does your baby have allergies? Well, for a baby who is exclusively breastfeeding and who develops allergies from the food that mom is taking, well, this rarely happens. In these cases, the most common symptom are green mucousy poop with flecks of blood on it. If your baby has colic or reflux, then these are not due to food allergies. When you suspect that your baby has food allergies, the most common causes are from dairy products, soy products, wheat, and eggs. My tip for you, it is best that you keep a food diary, take note of the food that you're taking, and your baby's reaction to it. If you suspect that a certain food is causing the problem, then you might try to remove that specific food and it should solve the problem. Do take note though that it may take 4 to 6 weeks before the symptoms in your baby resolves. What are the signs that point out that your diet mom is affecting your breastfeeding baby? Well, every baby is different, but there are common signs that would lead to thinking that maybe it is your diet that is affecting your baby. What are these signs? So if there is blood in your baby's poop, if your baby is vomiting or has diarrhea, if there are hives or a certain type of rash, if your baby is wheezing, if your baby is abnormally fuzzy or excessively gassy, and your baby is very uncomfortable from that. Well, these signs might say that your baby might be allergic to a certain type of food or might be intolerant to certain type of food that you're taking. When this happens, it is best that you talk to your pediatrician about it. And you and your pediatrician can work out what is the problematic food that is causing these symptoms on your baby. Hey, if you like this video, watch my other videos where I teach you about other child health problems.